Jurassic World is a film that's self-aware. As a general rule, I find ironic self-awareness annoying, with Joss Whedon being the only person who can actually pull it off. Weirdly, it makes sense in Jurassic World, but it does make it a seriously weird film when you think about it. This is not a review of Jurassic World. I have talked extensively on Twitter about my opinion of Jurassic World. I didn't particularly like it. I thought it was okay. I'll say that much for it. It was very average. But what annoyed me the most, and what made me speak out about it on Twitter, is that it quickly became the highest grossing film ever. Ever. And for such a painfully average film to claim that title really kind of wound me up on a basic level, because it's not a great film. I do not expect it to hit my top 10. To be fair, I see at least 2 or 3 maybe new films a week in my capacity as a critic on the fan carpet. So I see a lot of new films, much more than the average person. So I seriously doubt Jurassic World will make my top 10 of this year. That being said, I feel I'm legitimately allowed to be annoyed that a film that everyone seems to say is good, but very few people seem to say is great, taking this title. The first thing that's weird is that it's not a bad film. The main complaint you can throw at it, and the main complaint I guess that critics have been throwing at it, is that it's not as good as Jurassic Park. But then I was never expecting it to be as good as Jurassic Park. On the flip side, praise that's thrown at it is that it's the best of the Jurassic Park sequels. And that's an extremely low bar to be trying to clear. I mean, the weird thing about them is that they aren't really bad films, they're just kind of boring. And when Jurassic Park was such a good film, such a classic. I actually watched it the other day because I was thinking about making this video. But it's such a good film, and you really have to watch Jurassic Park if you haven't seen it. Yeah, it's just got something that you can't really explain. And the second reason Jurassic World is an extremely weird film is because it knows it's not as good as Jurassic World, and it blatantly says that in the film itself. The film contains a character, the computer nerd guy who works in like the control hub, and he essentially says that Jurassic World is not as good as Jurassic Park. In fact, not essentially. I think he literally says that line, that Jurassic World, the resort, is not as good as the Jurassic Park original resort. He's just saying this film is not as good as the original, and I was like, that's weird. That's just like the first level of this weirdness. Let's talk plot quickly to get it out of the way. So Jurassic World, they've reopened the park essentially on the same island as Jurassic Park, and they've built a brand new park with all the dinosaurs who are sort of left behind, and they've bred a few new ones, and they've opened this big fancy resort that's state of the art, super safe. It's been running, I can't remember how long it says they've been running in the film. They're running a certain amount of time with no incidents at all. The original Jurassic Park kind of only failed. I mean, it was a very flawed system, obviously, but it kind of only failed because Nedry sabotaged it. Because there's a sort of underlying plot of him robbing the places. You did watch the film. If you've watched the film, you know what I'm talking about. But it kind of only really fell apart to such a massive degree because of what he did. So it's not like a given that the park is a terrible idea. It just wasn't thought out thoroughly enough. And basically in this one they said, well, we've thought that out. We've thought out all the kinks, and we've thought out every possible in and out. And they've even got their own sort of security force, I guess, or like special unit. It's run by Chris Pratt's ex-Marine character. So yeah, they've got this kind of, they've got it really thoroughly thought out in a way that the Jurassic Park didn't have. So the park is running, and the first suspension of disbelief has to be that business is taking a significant enough dip that they've declared that people are bored of going to see dinosaurs. Now the park hasn't been open that long. It's been open, like I said, I can't remember exactly how it's open film, but it's been open for at most a decade, because the Jurassic Park wasn't that long ago. But say the park's been open for a decade, and people are apparently bored enough of the concept of seeing dinosaurs that the park has taken a significant hit to its profits. And I'm sorry, but what? But anyway, that's the inciting motivation for them to decide to breed a new type of dinosaur. So they breed a new type of dinosaur that they call the Indominus Rex, just because it's an easy name to pronounce essentially, and it sounds kind of cool. And they say, so they make this dinosaur, to boost sales as a new exhibit. It's surprise, it's smarter than they thought, I guess, and it escapes and havoc ensues and all the other dinosaurs escape and blah 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 blah. The film continues. It's not a clever film on any level. It's just got this. It is what it is. But as I say, it has this very weird undertone of knowing that it's not a very good film, or at least it's not a film that's going to even attempting to be as good as Jurassic Park. So we've got the guy saying, well, this isn't as good as Jurassic Park. I mean, like, well, we know, we're watching. Then you've got all these secondary layers of this. The finale, which a lot of people, even people who don't think the film's that great, kind of go, oh my god, it's amazing. I wasn't that fussed on it, to be honest. I thought it was a little predictable. But then, you know, what action film isn't? But the finale, this is spoilers, by the way. They not summon, but they sort of lure the T-Rex to come fight this Indominus Rex. Then they have a fight, and that's way T-Rex versus Indominus Rex, excellent. But the weird undertone of this moment to me is that it's basically the movie saying, we know you want to see the T-Rex, we know Indominus Rex is shit, so we're going to bring the T-Rex out to be awesome and kill this dinosaur that we know you think is shit. And Indominus Rex is shit. It's all this big up. Oh, we've bred a new type of dinosaur, brand new type of dinosaur. It's gonna freak out the kids. It's gonna be a new exhibit. Everyone's gonna love it. And we know, from the trailer or just our minds that it's gonna cause trouble and it's gonna be the one that escapes and kills everyone or whatever. And we know it's this is gonna happen. But it's all built up, and it's built up. And then we get to Indominus Rex, and Indominus Rex is a large dinosaur. That's it. It's a big dinosaur. Great. It's not like it has razors that pop out like fucking Wolverine, or it has laser vision, or telescopic legs, or it breathes fire. It doesn't do anything interesting. It's just a big dinosaur. And you're like, well, I've seen big dinosaurs. That's the whole premise of the damn movie. Every movie has I think each of these movies has the a big dinosaur as the main villain. The first two had the T-Rex. The third one had that stupid, whatever the hell it was called. But it was rubbish as well. Don't pretend it wasn't. It's supposed to be a T-Rex replacement when everyone loves the T-Rex already, so why attempt to replace it? But then the movie knows that everyone loves the T-Rex and will love the T-Rex better than this dinosaur, so it brings out the T-Rex at the end to come kill this dinosaur. And you're like, well, you knew you had a shit idea, but you thought acknowledging it that there's a better idea to kill your shit idea would somehow make it a good idea. It's weird. You see what I'm saying? It's weird. Okay, this is something else that suddenly occurred to me whilst I was editing the video. In fact, if you can see the screen there, you can actually see this video as it's being edited. The video that you're watching now, being edited on the screen there, in the video that you're watching now. Whoa! Anyway, thing that I forgot. In the film, we have the Indominus Rex as the big villain, and they go hunting it down. And you see it in the trailer. Chris Pratt rallies the Velociraptors, because he's a little team of Velociraptors who are all kind of loyal to him, because he's got respect for them or whatever. And he rallies them together, and him on the motorcycle with the Velociraptors running around him like a little team, and they go after the Indominus Rex. But the whole way through, he learns about the Indominus Rex in the course of the movie, and they're all talking about it and going blah blah blah, and they're saying, well, what did you make? How did you make the Indominus Rex? What's it all about? What's this thing? They're like, no, we can't tell you that. Like, well, what dinosaurs did you splice together? And they're like, we're not going to tell you. We're not going to tell you how we made the Indominus Rex. It's big secret. And they're like, no, you're not. It's classified. You're not allowed to know. And then they get to the Indominus Rex, and it's kind of like this big deal. And it's just the big thing that you think, whoa, what did they do? What mad science have they done here? And they find the Indominus Rex, Chris Pratt and his team of commandos and the Raptors. And what happens is that the Raptors sort of run up to the Indominus Rex, and the Indominus Rex sort of wanders out into the open, and nobody bothers to shoot it for whatever reason. And it just sort of looks down at the Raptors and is like, and it starts sort of, I don't know, like growling and cawing and doing all that sort of raptory noise to it. And then basically they start communicating. And then Chris Pratt goes, no wonder they didn't tell us how they made the Indominus Rex. It's part raptor. In this big sort of, as the camera moves in and in big sort of shock. And I think myself and pretty much the entire audience all went, it's such an incredibly meaningless reveal. It's it's this big thing, and it's so pointless and kind of stupid. I mean, the whole time they're going like, we're not going to tell you how we made the Rex. I'm kind of thinking, oh my god, what do they do? My mind immediately goes to, oh my god, they spliced human DNA into this dinosaur, because that's just the kind of crazy thing that a mad scientist would do in a B movie like this. Why they used raptor DNA is very unclear. I guess they wanted it to be smart. The thing is, for plot purposes, the only reason that it's part raptor is so that it can tell the other raptors to like turn against the humans. Because like, oh, Chris Pratt's got the raptors on his side. Then the Indominus Rex convinces them to change sides. That's like the only reason for it to be part raptor. It serves no other plot purpose at all, and it's such an anti-climax to that kind of that arc of what, you know, the secret of how they made it, and it's really, really dumb, and it's by far the most boring possible version of those events. And yeah, it's just dumb. It's just really really meaningless and lame, and it's just I don't know. I didn't know I don't know how I was supposed to react to it when I saw the movie. I was just like, that's stupid. But anyway, that's what I forgot. Let's get back to the video, as you can see on the screen there, that I recorded yesterday. Let me try and make more sense. Everything about Jurassic World is attempting to mimic Jurassic Park, but the bigger scale. It's been said before. It's the Alien to Aliens. You know, Aliens is an amazing film, but all it is basically Alien but bigger. And Jurassic World is just Jurassic Park but bigger. In so many ways. It's got two random kids, just for drama. They're even attacked in almost the same way as the T-Rex attacks in the first one when they first meet the Indominus Rex. They almost, you know, the fight is almost the exact same thing. Oh, this actually is something that I thought of. So Jurassic World, you have the cold-hearted, no, not cold-hearted, but the serious businesswoman and Chris Pratt's sort of, I don't know, Indiana Jones guy, just sort of super guy. But you've got her, you know, she's a professional, she's very serious, doesn't like kids, she's not interested in kids. And then you've got Chris Pratt, he's respectful of the dinosaurs, he's sort of action hero guy. And a complaint can certainly be made of the writing of Jurassic World that these characters are very flat. But the reason these characters are kind of flat is because if you combine them, you get Alan Grant. Yeah, literally, these characters are flat because they have half a personality each. Together, they are Alan Grant from Jurassic Park. Sort of serious guy who doesn't really like kids, but he's respectful of the dinosaurs, knows a lot about dinosaurs, and he can kick a raptor in the face when he needs to. They took the Alan Grant character and split him in two and made the two leads of this film, hence why they're so boring. So Jurassic World knows it's not as good as Jurassic Park. It's not afraid to point that out, and it's desperately trying to cling to whatever nostalgia it can squeeze out of Jurassic Park. Another spoiler, during the film, when the kids are on the run from Indominus Rex, they find Jurassic Park. They find the old Jurassic Park, and to be honest, it's kind of the coolest moment of the film. But yeah, they find the old sort of centre from the first film. You're like, and like the old jeeps and stuff, and you're like, that's kind of awesome, but it's also kind of stupid. This is kind of just this film just knows that it isn't good, so it doesn't bother trying to be as good. And that's very, very weird. And it's very weird that that's kind of okay. Not to mention the number of people who've already pointed out just how kind of ironic it is as a film. It's you know, you're not making it's all that Dr. Malcolm's sort of philosophy. You're not making the same mistakes, you're making all new ones. But the internal philosophy of the first film, the idea as Dr. Ian Malcolm says, Jeff Goldblum's character, they're not respecting it. They're taking I'll put up the exact quote because it's a really good meme that's come out. They're taking the ideas of geniuses and moving to the next step without respecting what those ideas are. This is what he's saying. I put up the meme with the exact quote because I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But yeah, he basically says everything that's wrong with Jurassic World is everything that's wrong with Jurassic Park in the plot. There's a plot of what's wrong with Jurassic Park is everything in the real world that's actually wrong with Jurassic World. And that's very, very weird. Like Jurassic Park basically is the movie about why you shouldn't make Jurassic World. and then Jurassic World is a movie about why Jurassic Park is better than itself. And I can't fathom thatness in my head. But that's my Jurassic World ramble. I think it is. I don't think it was a very good film. It was completely destroyed by the trailer. I will talk about trailers. I've said this before. At some point I'll talk about trailers. But Jurassic World for me was completely ruined by the trailer. There isn't a single moment, apart from the end, I guess, that isn't in the Jurassic World trailer. And every single big beat of that film was ruined for me because I knew what was going to happen next. And I just had no suspense whatsoever. I just didn't care. I just wanted it to get to the next point. I wanted it to get to something that I didn't know about. And when it did, it was the end finale. And I thought, well, I assume, I'm going to go out on a limb here, the good guys win. Shock. Turns out I was right. Whoa. Pushing the envelope here. But yeah, that's that. Jurassic World. Very, very strange film. Just by its very existence. It just makes no sense on any level that this film exists, and the film sort of discounts its own existence. I hope your mind is suitably blown as mine was, because I really struggle to comprehend how this film exists, because it somehow feels like it shouldn't. But thank you for watching, and that was I had to get it off my chest because I've been talking about it on Twitter a lot. But yeah, that's all I have for today. I will be back again at some point next week. I will talk about why Game of Thrones is so shocking, and or at least my take on it. But thanks for watching again. Check out all my other videos. Like and subscribe to this channel. Comment in the comment below if you agree or disagree or whatever the hell with me. And I will see you next time. The end.